All were invited, and Kim King and Tony L. Wheatley are here. Welcome, and thank you very much for being here tonight. The first question goes to Kim King, and you have up to 2 minutes for your answer. And that first question is, where do you stand on charter schools?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for being here with us this evening. We have 2 alternative education programs that have come through the General Assembly in the last few years. There's House Bill 9 from this year, and also 520 from 2017. That was the initial charter school framework. Now, when we say charter schools, that's public charter schools. The teachers have to be qualified and certified, and no student can be denied. Then there's also 563, which is just a slush fund for rich parents to send their students to private schools. Private schools that don't have to employ qualified and certified teachers, and they can deny service to students. So I approve and vote for in 2017 and this year for public charter schools, and I adamantly oppose 563. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim King. Tony L. Wheatley.
Don't think it's on. There we are. I believe that charter schools actually are nothing better than the magnet schools that are in Jefferson County. Still use public funds, whether we call it from the school slush fund, as you want to call it, or is it from taxpayers? We're still using taxpayers' money. Now, yes, it is a better plan than we had before. In 17, we didn't have a way to fund it. Now we do. But it's still unfair for the state of Kentucky to pay for 2 areas that are going to take advantage of this. And I truly believe that if you look at the stats from the National Education Center, it doesn't do any better with the minorities or regular students than their assigned schools, in public schools. So we got to do a little better. I think that we can, if we want to enhance on charter schools, we need to go to school choice, because that's the only way to make the schools compete.
Thank you, Tony L. Wheatley. The second question initially goes to you, Tony L. Wheatley, and you have 2 minutes for your answer. That question is, due to the pandemic issues, many people were forced out of the work environment. This has and still is hurting our businesses. As a state representative, how would you integrate plans to get these people back into the workforce?
Well, I will agree that COVID certainly put a damper on our economy, by all means, but we continue to pay people to stay home. And we've got to get them back into the workforce. I don't care if we need to spend money to educate these people for other jobs, we should be doing that. We've got to get them off the couch. We do have businesses that are 30% under what their normal employee numbers are. We have to find a way to fund whatever it takes to get these people back to work. I know there's people that, when we first started the education, a lot of more uneducated and couldn't do things. I stood in the unemployment line for a lot of people, passing out water, and more importantly, passing out constitutions. These people had no clue what constitutions are or were. We gave them food. We asked the questions. What's the problem with my job? Just quit. I didn't quit it. They quit me. And why? Because the governor shut us down.
Thank you, Tony L. Wheatley. Kim King.
Thank you, Dr. Mercer. As your state representative, I am actually addressing that problem. Just in this session, we passed House Bill 4, House Bill 7, and House Bill 8. In House Bill 4, we are reducing the amount of weeks someone can be on unemployment insurance. We are reducing that. We give them an extra little bit of flexibility, 5 extra weeks if they will go into the vocational training that's been discussed previously tonight. House Bill 7, and that is government assistance reform, kind of along the same lines, making sure that if you are able-bodied, that you can get out and get into the workforce. Then there's also House Bill 8, where we are moving slowly and responsibly Kentucky taxpayers from paying and taxing productivity on their individual income tax, and we're taking that slowly away. We will do so in a responsible manner, waiting to hit certain growth triggers here in the state, and when that happens, and I think it could happen soon, we will lower the individual income tax rate by 0.5%. I also serve on the Economic Development and Workforce Investment Committee, and so I see these and work with these issues all the time. I also serve on the Tobacco Settlement Agreement Oversight Fund, which gives agriculture entrepreneurs opportunities to diversify and to get out into other job opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim King. The third question initially goes to you first, and you have up to 2 minutes for your answer. And that question is, discuss 2 major issues facing Kentucky today, and as a state representative, how you would address them.
Thank you, Dr. Mercer. Without a doubt, the drug abuse problem here in Kentucky and our workforce participation rate. The 2 are intertwined, one affects the other. Foster care, child abuse, incarceration, the jail problems we've heard discussed earlier this evening. Most all of those have a root in drug abuse problems. We also have a workforce participation rate problem here in Kentucky. As was mentioned earlier, sometimes our unemployment rate here in Kentucky is a little deceiving because it does not take into account people that are able-bodied but just not out looking for work or applying for unemployment. So those 2 come together, and I think those are the 2 most pressing issues before our state. And I'm working on those every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim King. Tony L.
Well, I really can't disagree with anything she said, because our state does have issues like that. And but I'll tell you this, we have more than just that. We have an education problem in this state, and you know what? It's not the teachers. KEA has let the teachers down. They're the ones that agreed to the pensions program they have, and so every day I talk to teachers and they come up with the same thing. We're not treated like citizens because they don't have Social Security. Now that's not a problem for everybody, but it is for when you're educating your kids, and some of them don't want to be there because their hands are tied by administrations who want to put agendas in that are usually against what the teacher really thinks. We need to change that. And secondly, I think we do have a foster care program problem. DCPS needs to be looked at a little tighter. And last but not least, I know it's the third one, but our nonprofit programs in Kentucky are pitiful. They're robbing us blind, and we need to be able to take a look at it and have it investigated.
Thank you, Tony L. Wheatley. The fourth and final question initially goes to you, and you have up to 2 minutes for your answer. That question is, what can you do as a state representative to end political bickering and to unite as one body of concerned citizens to do what is best for the majority?
That's a very good question. It's one I'm glad to answer. Number one, Republicans have got to go back to the platform that they wrote. We have bickered back and forth. And to Democrats in this room, you're not really Democrats like you used to know. You're Southern Democrats. You're almost Republicans. And there's no reason why we can't get together and stand side by side for what we like and what we don't like, and what we need. Yes, we all have compassion, and we want to help people. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. If you're a Christian, you got to stand up for what you believe in. I don't think there's 3 people in this room that would agree with abortion. If I'm wrong, tell me. Okay? That's fine. See, I did get 3. I was wrong, and I admit that.
And you're still wrong.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to go with you on that. But the point is, you know it's wrong. Now, we just have to learn to disagree on it, because that's what's going to happen. But we have issues that we can get together on and try to fix. And as Republicans, Democrats, or citizens, that's where we need to be.
Thank you, Mr. Wheatley. And back to you, Kim King, for your response.
Thank you, Dr. Mercer. What I would do is what I am doing and will continue doing, and that is being a data-driven legislator, not a drama-driven legislator. I read the bills, I do the research, and then I make my case to my fellow colleagues. I work together with folks here locally that happen to be of a different party, and I am just, if you stick to the facts will take care of themselves. So I will continue on in my current service and being dedicated to data, not drama. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim King. Ladies and gentlemen, all questions have now been asked, as well as an opportunity for all candidates to present to give the answers. Kim King, you now have up to 2 minutes for your closing statement.
Thank you, Dr. Mercer. Many thanks to every organization who made tonight's forum possible, and to everyone listening live or watching my recording online. Every voter should also watch the 45-minute Jessamine debate footage on my Facebook page or YouTube channel. That content further proves I'm the only conservative Republican in this race. I, Kim King, am endorsed by Right to Life, the NRA, and Commonwealth Conservatives. I, Kim King, earned the Family Foundation's Kentucky Family Champion recognition, a National Federation of Independent Business 100% voting score, and that's vitally important because small business is the backbone of our economy. Kentucky Realtors also enthusiastically endorsed my service. I was thrilled to earn a failing grade from a group because I voted no, not on 1, not on 2, but on 3 alcohol expansion bills, and a bill to create a slush fund for rich parents to send their students to private schools that can deny student service and don't have to hire qualified teachers. Being in KEA 120 strong and libertarian crosshairs confirms I'm right on all of these issues. I've worked tirelessly for many years helping lead Mercer County to this point. Republican voter registration majority and a packed primary election ballot. The action is and will continue to be within our party. I've never compromised my conservative Republican values to liberals, and I will never, ever compromise my conservative Republican values to libertarians. I appreciate your vote May 17th. We as Republicans cannot let libertarians hijack the Republican Party of Kentucky. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Kim King. Tony L. Wheatley.
Well, I'm Tony Wheatley, and I'm kind of tired of being called a libertarian. Never been one in my life. I don't believe in everything libertarians believe in. They believe anything's scot-free. It's not. Some of them don't follow God. And if anybody here gets offended by that, I'm sorry. But I do want you to do one thing for me when you get home. If you're Democrat, Republican, I don't care. Tomorrow, Schumer is going to push a vote unconstitutionally to pass Roe Wade as a permanent law. Go home and pray about it. I don't care which way you pray, but pray about it. It's important. Now, I know it's taking a little bit of my time, but my goal is, when I get up to Frankfurt, it's not to put on a show. It's not to talk about, it's to talk about the issues that are going on in these 3 counties we represent. I have been on the street. I have been in the houses. I have listened to people talk. You know the first question most people give me? Are you a Christian? That's where we stand in this community, these communities. Most of them are Christians. Second question is, are you a Republican? Yes, that's the one on my little card. Third question is, if I go without my hat, they want to know where it is. So you can say it's funny or not. But the point is, we have to make, I'm different. Yes, there's a stark difference between me and Miss King. I'll take your phone call. I'll answer your questions. I may not give you the answer you want, but I promise you I will get to you with an answer. I won't cut you short. I can't. I represent the people put me in. Not leadership, not the governor, but you. And that's really all I got to say. If that's what you want, then I'm the guy.
Thank you, Tony L. Wheatley. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank the candidates. representative candidates are moving and the district court judges are coming up. Someone asked the question, why should I vote?